Will Daredevil Born Again be as good as we hope? And how close to being awful was it really? Welcome to the Tachyon Pulse podcast, part of the scitrek family.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
Back in October 2023, as the strikes were raging in Hollywood, there was some interesting news coming out of the Daredevil production. They had filmed 6 episodes of this 18-episode run that is planned, and they were scrapping almost all of it. I'm actually being told by a couple of people that are aware of what's going on the project that 90% of what was filmed was completely scrapped. The head writers on the project were let go, fired, and a new team was brought in. But why? Well, it was a little bit of a mystery at the time, but now we're starting to actually hear a little bit more as the run-up to the show actually being released on Disney Plus gets closer and closer, and the trailer dropped a couple of days ago. And oh my giddy aunt, it looks so good. I am so excited about it. I can't tell you. I am. This is probably the show this year that I am most excited about, because it does feel like Marvel might have actually got this right. They came that close to getting it really, really wrong. So, again, go and check the trailer, please. You're going to love it. But why do I say they got really close to messing it up? For one, in the original script, Tatiana Maslany's character of SheHulk was going to be in it. And I think that would have been bad. And no, by the way, she isn't suing Ryan Reynolds and Disney. That was never a true story. It was actually, I think, came from a joke actually on SheHulk that triggered that little rumour that spread like wildfire at the end of last year. It's not true. But her character was going to appear in the Deadpool series. She no longer is. I think that's a bonus. I actually also have been told that Bullseye's character really wasn't in this a great deal. Neither was the Punisher, even though he would have appeared, it wasn't going to be at the level he now will be. And we were not going to have Foggy or Karen in the original series. So I asked the question to this person that I get to speak to, basically, how was this a continuation? And they said it wasn't. And that was the biggest problem. So first of all, who made the decision to scrap the 6 episodes and fire everybody? Did it go as high up as Kevin Feige? Well, yes. It was Kevin Feige that actually made the final decision, and other very high up executives over at Disney basically signed it off. This has had a massive impact on the $56 million budget that was initially penciled in for the project. And I am now being told it's going to be significantly closer, maybe even over $100 million for the season. Now, $100 million for 18 episodes by Disney is quite impressive. But you do have to remember, for a show like Daredevil, it's not as expensive as, for example, Andor, which was significantly more. Oh my God, it was like $300 million or something. Or even say Loki season 2, which was, I think, was $156 million. You're not building massive sets. You're not doing loads and loads of CGI, etc. It's far more, people sitting in a bar talking. You can see the trailer. The fight scenes, even though they're still expensive, they're not anything like as expensive as, full-blown CGI fight scenes. So the budget is fine for what they're doing, but not as ridiculous as some of the things Disney have spent on just 10 episodes. Andor, it's, dollar per minute on screen, it's significant. So Kevin Feige saw basically what was coming out of the first season and scrapped it. Was it because it was that bad? No, at least in part it was because of the reaction from SheHulk. SheHulk really was going to influence the Daredevil season quite a lot. A lot of the stuff from the SheHulk first season with Daredevil involved was going to bleed into the new season of Daredevil Born Again, and that idea was basically scrapped. SheHulk was not just unpopular, people genuinely hated it. And some of the things that were being, and some of the words that were being thrown at the project really went against what Disney are now trying to do. I'm hearing more and more rumors that Disney are completely sick to death of being called woke, and they really want to start pushing back against some of that fan opinion that is really filling the internet. This may be actually the first project we really get to see from when that decision was made that they needed to move away from this and to start actually trying to listen to the fans a little bit more. I think the change in the political climate in America also has something to do with that. So the series that we would have got may not have had Bullseye in it at all. It would have been very little. Wouldn't have had the Punisher in it at all, or would have been very little. They're now key parts to the season. It wouldn't have had Foggy or Karen, which now have major roles. And it really would have been a slightly different version of Daredevil, the version that we basically saw in She-Hulk. Now, they have reverted back to the full red costume, thankfully, even though we are going to see hints of other costumes and other comic book correct costumes that Daredevil did wear over the years through different runs. But they have gone back to the iconic red, which is so thankful. The basic plot and storyline of that Daredevil and Murdoch has not been active as a superhero for a little while is basically still the basic synopsis for the series and where we see this start. And it's Daredevil coming back out into the light. That's really following the events of season 3 on the Netflix series. The main point here, though, is because of doing things like bringing back Foggy, bringing back Karen, bringing more of the Daredevil through, which should hopefully mean that he's going to have a future within Marvel as well, means that this is now a continuation where it wouldn't have been before. Before, it was going to be a Daredevil series that was disjointed and really only tenuously linked to the Netflix series that we all loved. I actually think the strikes came at just the right time here to make them stop and think and look at what was happening, look at what was happening in the wider Marvel universe, and give themselves time to stop and basically start again. If that opportunity hadn't arisen, I don't think Disney would have authorized them to scrap 90% of what was filmed, to rewrite and rejig the entire 18-episode series and completely start again. I'm going to say, and I'm going to stick my neck out here, I know people that have seen chunks of this. I've not seen any myself, but I know people that have seen chunks of this, and they said, this feels like the Netflix series. This is the best thing Marvel have done in years. And I trust their opinion, so I can't wait. Another thing I really like about this, and that I think a lot of you guys are going to love, is that it is 18 episodes. Yes, it's split over 2 parts, 2 lots of 9 episodes, and there's going to be a few months between those, but it's an 18-episode series, an 18-episode story arc. That's exciting. We've not really seen that a great many times recently, particularly not streaming. So, yay. I think they have really got the correct formula for this. They've brought back a character that when it was the Netflix series, we adored. They're bringing back the Punisher, which is a character that really works well with Daredevil. They're bringing back the legacy character in Karen and Foggy. It really is a continuation 10 years down the line of the Netflix series. And that's what we wanted. Well done, Disney. Hey, how many times have we been able to say that recently? If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and please share the video wherever the hell you like. Also, you can go to patreon.com/scitrek, where most of our new videos do premiere first, and you get to see them first, you lucky bunnies. So please go check that out. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.